Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Black Book. And up there, that bundle of trees is where we started the game. Cutscene. Hands off the mouse and the keyboard. I'm in control again. Is there any herb? Don't think so. It's not going to let me just walk there. I have to click the button. Yeah. Near the grave. The church would not bury him.
Sing winds from the quietest to quiet, from the lightest to light. Lift up the branches and sand from the grave. Split, Mother Earth. Reveal yourself, coffin lid. Fly open, white shrouds, and draw open sweet lips. Tell me, my darling, of your life there, and ask me of your life here. I've been living here, wandering from place to place. I've witnessed all kinds of grief. All kinds have I suffered. I saved a girl from a banya. See, there's some good done with this knowledge. I saved another girl from the wretched claws of a Vodinoy. I have to live with chorts, but they don't curse often. Maybe it's better this way, being a knower. Someone else would curse people much more. Soon you'll be back, my darling. As soon as I break all the seals.
It's keeping a record of all the good you've done.
Teach me, guide me, miserable orphan that I am, how to break all the seals of the book, and I will reach out my white hands and pull you from the other shore.
Okay. Okay. Why am I suddenly down to 3 visitors? Because 2 of my visitors were the Chorts.
Ah, Vasilisa, here you are. I've been thinking about that
That
wind and
makes me wonder
hillsides
about
and river
something.
shells.
So you've remembered about being Sosietko in that spa?
Now, I think we should go back in the church in Yenidor. Maybe something will come up there.
Yeah.
Let's go. But is there anything left? Centuries have passed.
We'll search near the foundations, in the cellar. All secrets are hidden underground. You know that better than most. When we'll be in Galbets, maybe then I can tell some future. I'm a Sosietka after all.
Divinations in Golbets. The connection between the Golbets and the underworld, the world of the dead, is obvious. It was a place where Domovoy was said to dwell, if he did not already live behind the furnace or in the attic. It was also a place for Yuletide groom divinations. These divinations were for young women who were about to become old maids, whose peers, girls of the same age, 1 or 2 years apart, were already married, or those whose little sister was already married. The divination was frightening. A girl would go down to the Golbets in secret, having her hair let down. She would remove her belt, her cross, her beads, and her dress. Wearing only a robe, she would light her mother's wedding candle and look into the mirror. Sometimes 2 mirrors were placed to create a corridor of reflection. Once she saw her groom, the girl was to cover the mirror at once, otherwise a Chort would come out and strangle her. So we did the optional thing, so it's time to go off and help Proshka. Wait. Can we take allies other than Proshka on Proshka's thing? That's silly.
Proshka stops every now and then, circling around a bit, and hesitantly proceeds on his course. It seems as if something is bothering the demon, something about the road ahead that he hasn't himself realized yet. At the next stop, a gust of wind blows dust in your face. Could it be a demonic wedding?
Hide.
You jump into prickly roadside bushes, dragging Proshka with you. After a few moments, the wind dies down.
Oh, I should have fought.
The road whirlwind is a harbinger of a northern night. The wind bends the trees and sends dust and leaves flying to the empty spaces of the Yenidor crossroads. Somewhere deep in the forest, a lone wolf begins his song. Proshka stops in hesitation once more.
What a wind.
Why are you standing there, Proshka?
I remembered. I used to visit this place often. Perhaps when I was alive, one of the chutes. Doesn't look like my church was worshipped in much, does it?
All you think is about being worshipped. What else could happen in the crossroad that tied Proshka to this place?
A funeral. Or a meeting. Think a funeral.
Maybe you were buried here. Were you a great sinner?
Sounds about right. That's how I became a Sosietka. Let me think. I think I'm remembering something. Dig here.
I don't want to dig up your grave.
Dig, I say. What a thick-headed witch.
Sure.
All right, as you wish. But if there's nothing there...
You dig up the earth near the road where Proshka told you to. Under a thin layer of dirt and near a rotten log, you find a silver plaque. Proshka furrows his feline brow, but doesn't feel any memories returning.
Dang it. You know, I sold the thing that was a story item. Probably shouldn't have done that. The golden ghost goddess thing. Bridge is quite flimsy. One strong gust of wind and whoop. Oh, good grief. The sound effects are interesting.
The old bridge creaks from the cold wind, the cold water of some swampy river rippling beneath it. In the middle of it, you notice forest chorts looking at you with their cold, lifeless eyes from the reeds.
Could get Proshka's help. I think... Sure.
The demon needs only lift his paw for the forest spirits to scramble in panic. You look at him in...
I actually kind of wanted to fight them. Herbalist near the stone. And I cut off the dialogue. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
What? Want some pranics? I've sold everything already. Oh, you want some herbs? Well, take a look then.
I love the fact that you can get it. It heals you 3, then adds waste. So over time, it basically heals you 5. And if I put in healing bonus items, which I have right now, it would heal. The one I have right now heals quite a bit. So, woo. Exit. Very easy. I've avoided all the fights.
The northern wind bends the treetops. Their rustling fills the swamps with
I'm not sure how I
noise,
feel about that.
in which you hear the whisperings of leshies and the wings of demons flapping beneath the ground. You stop for a minute, thinking of how ancient these forests truly are. How many centuries have they stood here? How many centuries will they stand yet? Your meditations are interrupted by Proshka's grumbling. Yanidor is close.
Church of Transfiguration. Keeps many secrets. It looks like the Church of Transfiguration still has some hidden away. This is Proshka's church. Is this a herb or is this just... There's herb over here. Regeneration. Church looks empty now. No one visits and there's no Proshka to look after it. Lots of healing. I should probably up the number of items I'm able to use.
What a dump, right? Look at all this rotten wood. And it used to all be so fine. Don't just stand there, Weiser. There is the door to the undercroft. Open it.
Okay. I like this very clearly marking where things are. Some pictures are mixed in with the icons. Were they gifted by parishioners? Exit. Very clearly marked,
When you approach the old wooden planks, you feel a draft.
What's moving on.
Behind the planks, you see a narrow crawl space leading deeper underground.
What's going on and what is lets you stay back to continue doing exploration. Old kitchenware. Old church books. I'd like to study them, but there's no time. I doubt there'd be anything about Proshka, and the Mike did some editorializing there. Bit of a strange face for an angel. Looks like a Chuldido. Bit of strange face for an angel. Okay, let's talk to Proshka.
It's not as simple. Search the chests. Perhaps you'll find something.
What am I looking for?
How would I know? Now, don't look at me like that. There are icons all over the place. It's bad for me to look at them, you know.
Search the chests. I'm kind of am searching the chest. It doesn't look like there's a way to search them.
Behind the planks, you see a narrow...
Crack in the idol.
Majestic idols of old are now lying in heaps in this dank and wet dugout. The eerie faces of the forgotten deities seem to emanate a cold draft.
Oh, I know where that is. River shells scattered all over them. See what Proshka says. I know I need to replace that.
You've been in this dugout before?
Yes, but when? Was it long ago? Something is missing. As if one of the passes on the hunter's calendar has disappeared. At it, and everything fits right into place.
And we know what that is.
An ancient wooden angel is watching you indifferently. You peer into his face, and it looks as if he's wearing a wooden mask. You touch the mask, and it falls to your feet. Its image reminds you of the strange chorts depicted on the idols of the demons.
Yep. And now it's a perfectly normal
Behind
angel
the planks,
sculpture.
you see a narrow crawl. Majestic idols of old are now lying.
Here we go. Oof. I think we've moved. Okay.
Vasilisa, I think I remember. I remember everything. But look, what's happening to me? That's right. That's how I used to look when they called me Whitebeard. Hunters used to bring me river shells from the north, and I flew with the all-knowing wind with no rest and no respite.
Proshka is quite strong.
Proshka, is that you?
Vasilisa, I remembered everything. All thanks to you.
Voipel.
Your name was Voipil. Who are you?
I used to be a god, the lord of the northern wind and master of the true people's destiny. Those who lived in the forests of Cherry. I was once powerful for a time. Other gods came, and belief in me dwindled. Thou shalt not worship the idol of Voipil, and thou shalt not give out funeral feasts to him. And thus it came to be. The lights of altars dwindled, and so did my powers.
Why all the shells?
This is my symbol, my ears. I used to be omnipresent in this area. I used to cool the ferocious flame of the sun with my wind. But that time is long gone. All that's left are these shells, bones of the past, long forgotten.
Are those your idols beneath the church?
Yes, they are. It was my lost temple, this dagger. I still remember that woman. Didn't want to lose the old faith. She hid my idols and put my face on the angels. That's how I survived. As a demon, but in a halo of ecclesiastical glory.
What will you do now?
I'll stay with you. I am in your debt. It's not like I've suddenly grown in power. The universe has been turned upside down. The gods of old are today's demons. And so did I. When people forgot about me, I forgot about myself and lost my erstwhile power. But now my past has returned, along with some of my strength. I will help you, Vasilisa. Who knows what other rebirths can I undergo?
Okay. Interesting. I wonder how that improves your ability.
So it turned out that our Proshka used to be a chute demon.
Proshka?
Jesus Christ!
Didn't expect that, Grandpa, did you? Perhaps now I'll be the one to tell you to hunt mice.
Unbelievable! I didn't think that such strong spirit would enter your service. I'm glad all the training worked out. Or is it the book? So, now you're going to stay with us?
Or it could be Proshka just likes
Well,
us
yeah.
and is our
I'll
friend.
live out my cat life with Vasilisa. I found mine, now I help Vasilisa find hers.
And no nagging about mice. You might be St. George himself but you should still do your duty. While I still have my teeth, I'm the master of this house.
Don't worry, Grandpa. I'll take care of it. Consider the mice gone.
Wait. Yep, they're still doing their thing.
How do you like my new fur? What a glow.
I don't know how to address you now. Proshka or Voipil?
Proshka it is. I've told you that I'll stay with you until all the seals are open. You've helped me. Now it's my turn. I'm not scared of any charts. How can they possibly harm me?
What kind of spirit are you?
A chewed one. Permans believed in me in the olden days. My powers have waned. I can catch mice, though.
You're helping me then again.
Yeah, and my power grows because of that. So I won't leave you.
You've remembered your past, but won't you forget it all once again?
Yes, you become that what you're doing. If you'll be a Sosietka for 100 years, then you'll become one. If you wouldn't have reminded me of the past, then who knows? Maybe I would have become a hairy old man then in another 100. Enough of this Sosietka business. When you'll free your guy, I go back to mountains. I will fly around like a free northern wind.
Interesting.
I won't forget a thing that way.
Okay, on to visitors.
God bless. Yegor Yevlakovich.
Nikolai
Vasilisa.
and Matrona.
Why, isn't that groom with his bride?
So, you're keeping your word, Nikolai?
I told you I needed a bride, and with help from you and God, here we are.
The wedding is close. I see you've gathered yourselves.
They want to curse this wedding.
Yes, we needed to have this wedding as soon as possible, so that the Bonics wouldn't drag me back. I understand you have a lot to think about. Vasya, weddings are the least of your worries, but if you can't do it, no one can. You were the matchmaker for me and Nikolai, so you should stand as matchmaker by my side at the wedding.
I have no time to give a dowry at a bachelorette party.
Right. The week has passed. The dowry appeared at my house, and what I lacked, the girls from my village helped out with.
Longer between matchmaking and wedding day. During this time, the bride did the weepings, prepared dowry, and said farewell to her friends while getting ready for the wedding.
The main thing is you being my matchmaker.
I can't. I have other business.
It's all right, Vasya. You can go. We have some time. And when the wedding passes, a solution to a problem might reveal itself.
You too, old Igor, come. You'll be our master of ceremonies.
What an honor. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, you taught Vasilisa and helped with the items for the bride.
That's right. Well, you see, Vasya, how can you say no?
Who did you ask to be your best man?
Petka, the accordion player. He's an old friend of mine.
Fedka? What curse can he help you with? How can we attend such a wedding, Grandpa?
Stop it, Vasya. Fedka will manage. He's a jester, but he can. Besides, we'll be there. We'll help with the evil spirits and Khaldoons.
Okay, so our entire deal is not let these two get
All right.
cursed.
But Fedka needs looking after, so he won't curse the wedding himself.
Thank you, Vasilisa. I brought a gift for you. I think you'll like it, and it should prove useful.
We didn't come only because of the invitation. We need a nowhere's help. My future mother-in-law hired brewers to make beer.
But they quit halfway through. They say demons chased them away. They're beside themselves with fear.
We decided not to approach these demons without you. Maybe it's Banniks trying to interfere with the wedding.
You made a wise choice.
Beer?
The bright side brewing beer?
We decided both sides will brew. The villagers are close to each other.
In Pakcha, where my mother lives, there are some skilled brewers. We hired them. Father is long gone, after all.
When's the wedding day?
Everyone is invited the day after tomorrow. First is the wedding day, and the next day we're going for a ceremony. Not everything is by the book, but you know how it is.
A wedding is one of transition cycle rites, symbolizing a person's temporary death, passage from the world of the dead, and rebirth. For this reason, weddings were carried out in the same time frames as were funerals and labor rituals. The girl received the status of bride 3 days after the matchmaking, the day when her parents agreed on wedding date and dowry size. Before the wedding feast, she was forbidden to go out, and if guests came, she hid herself in the women's corner, a place behind the stove. On the 3rd day, she performed ritual crying to say goodbye to her house. On the 7th and 20th day, she repeated the ritual, saying goodbye to her homestead and village. And respectively, 3 days before the wedding feast, she bid farewell to her friends and the world in general. During the feast, she was not allowed to eat, drink, or uncover her face. Thus, the bride returned to the world of the living only on the 40th day after the matchmaking following her wedding night. I'm remembering a thing about Coldoons having cursed wedding guests for chorts.
What are they saying about chorts?
Some shadows are being noisy, turning over tubs and whatnot.
See, they're brewing the beer by the river, so I thought that the Aptericha might reveal herself.
All right, I'll help you. After all, the ceremony is incomplete without beer, and you have your whole life ahead of you.
Well, come the day after tomorrow then, if I'm the master of ceremonies.
See you soon. Lord be with you.
And one more visitor.
Greetings. God bless.
God bless. What brings you here, Your Honor? The stove flap is over there to your right.
Alexander looks around, perplexed.
Grandpa, he's not here about that. He doesn't know these things either. And the matchmakers come without a groom.
Hello, Vasilisa. I was in the area for business and decided to drop in. I mean, I think you'll also be interested in this case I have. They talk about you and your grandfather quite often. You remember that fired short that tortured the girl in Logovo? There's a similar case in the village near Pakcha. It's called Severnaya Settlement.
That's where I'm going to track this chort. So, Severnaya Settlement? You start treating them with your methods. Perhaps I'll drop by.
Thank you. Till we meet again.
Hold on. Fancy some tea? Help me move the table first, would you?
Table? No time. My patients are waiting.
Alexander hurriedly leaves your izba.
I don't trust you. Okay. So time for a new video. See you in a little bit.